Manchester United second. Rashford wins it with the very last kick of the game. In all fairness, Man United were probably not deserved winners tonight, but I don't care. I'm going to quote my man Dave from Top Boy. I don't care. I don't care. Come here with your army. Come here with the military. Come here with the police. I don't care. Manchester United go second in the Premier League, courtesy of a goal in the dying moments from Marcus Rashford. There you see it. 2 points off of Liverpool Football Club. And there's so many things to unpack with this. Before we do that, smash the like button right about now, people. That's the first thing you've got to do is hit that like button right now for the Football Terrace. I know there's going to be a lot of salt from rivals. I know there's going to be a lot of reaction, but I've got to say my piece. We're going to get the boys on soon. We've got Neeks. We've got KJ, of course, bits and bobs. We've got man like Alfie all in the background waiting. But I need to say a few things, get them off my chest first of all. I was sitting here ready to go in on Manchester United. I was sitting here fuming, angry. I thought, we bottled it. We bottled it. 4 points dropped from the first two games over the Christmas period. We had an opportunity to go into second. And I spoke about all week seizing opportunity. Seizing opportunity in the face of adversity. Can we leapfrog our opponents? Can we take advantage of their mistakes? We haven't been able to do it. We haven't been able to do it at all. And Marcus Rashford, yes, the flop shot was deflected, but he was one of the only players tonight that really showed impetus. He wasn't coming off. Nothing was coming off for the boy all night. And in fairness, his shot didn't even come off. It hit someone, but it ended up going in. And that's what perseverance, that is what hard work, that is what passion, that is what motivation does for you. Man United got over the line and it looked lost. It looked finished. And you know what? I'm not putting Man United in the title race just yet. That isn't what I'm doing. But you know, Liverpool Football Club, they're favourites for the title. They've been the best team in England for the last 2.5 years. And the amount of time I've seen them do exactly what we've just saw them. Do you remember the Merseyside derby when the game was over? And for whatever reason, Pickford keeps the ball in play and they get the winner. That is how this feels to me. Could this be a pivotal moment for Man United? Could this give them a bit more impetus and a bit more confidence to grab games by the scruff of the neck? Because we looked devoid of that tonight. It was as though we didn't want to lose more than we wanted to win. But there, a ball over the top. I want to say it was Bruno that played it. It's all a bit of a haze. I mean, a bit of a haze, if I'm being honest. And there was Rashford. He went left, he went right. He shot on his left peg and it went in. 4 goals, I think, in his last 4 Premier League games. Absolute clutch. And eye test, where are you? Eye test, where are you? Where you at, bro? What you got to say now? Traore sat down tonight. All your little techie boys sat down tonight. Harry Maguire, stellar performance, especially after Neto got the better of him early on. Stellar performance from him tonight. And I came to a realization, and I'm teaching you, man, to all suck eggs here. I've got to speak about it. We have this propensity to attack defenders and attackers at big clubs alike for not always doing the same things that a Connor Cody or a Neto can do. And you know, I was thinking about it while watching the game. The reason why it's harder for Harry Maguire than it is for, say, a Cody to stop good attackers is Harry Maguire's nearly always one-on-one with them because Man United attack. When you're a Connor Cody, you know, when you're a Tyrone Mings at a Villa, these players have got like a structure around them because they put on a low block. So they're very rarely getting exposed one-on-one. Well, you've got someone like Harry Maguire all night tonight. He had tricky, fast, pacey players all night going up against him one-on-one. And overall, he got the better of them. So he did well, deserves credit. Paul Pogba, I was a little bit scathing of him and Bruno till about the 70th minute. Paul Pogba then came alive, was getting forward. He was showing that fight, that determination, that passion tonight to drive forward, and unlucky with a shot and really helped us out massively. Bruno was just being Bruno, was being Bruno. Poor for large parts, comes up with a brilliant moment towards the end. But Manchester United go second. And yes, to your comment there, where is it? To your comment here, lucky, jammy, blah, 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 blah. This is where I earn my stripes as a non-salty, non-biased YouTuber. Liverpool fans, every last-minute winner you've got in the last year, where the game was pretty average, did I call it luck or did I call it the sign of a champion? So tonight, this isn't Man United being lucky. This is a sign of a top team being clutch at the right moments. Same energy, please. Same energy, please. You'll get it from me as always. The title of this video was Man United bottled it until the winner went in because I felt we did, but we turned it around. And football is about winning, and that is all that matters. I'm going to get the panel involved now. 3,000 people watching. Smash the like button. Get your super chats in as well. Oh, the panel looks ready. The panel looks buzzing as well. I can just still sit there. Oh, get me on, Terry. Get me on. I will. I just enjoy the power. To be fair, I just enjoy the power sitting here. Come on, United is what Dwayne Anderson says. One of our brilliant, lovely, gorgeous members. There was another super chat that came through as well. Here it is from Man Like Yaz. Says, I'm not going to lie, Rashford, my favorite, was so poor today. I was infuriated by him. But this is what Rashford does. Scores the winner when he was poor. Exactly. Unlike Traore's of this world, that when they're, man, just honestly, man should be in the Baywatch movies. That's it, bruv. Man ain't a footballer. He's David Hasselhoff reincarnated. Not that Hasselhoff is dead, but do you know what I'm saying? I don't. I'm just buzzing. Another super chat from King Cantuna says, today was no more lucky than Origi's last-minute winner in the Merseyside derby last year. Absolutely. My guy, Josh Waring, one of the best podcasters on the planet here. Go check out Josh Waring on Instagram. Says, sign of a top team in Fergie time. I think eye test is at the opticians. Says, winning after an awful game is character building. Abso-frigging-lutely. Abso-frigging-lutely it is. Smash that like button and share button. Sign up to the Discord server. Also, make sure you sign up and subscribe to our Football Terrace Clips channel. Some massive clips dropping on there very soon. Let's get the panel involved. Man United was going to just double check. I need to check something. Yes, we are second in the league. I just had to check there. I was a little nervous that we may not have been. Man United are second in the English Premier League, 30 points from 15 games, second best team in England as it stands right now. And I mean this, I'm almost in disbelief that Ollie has managed to get us to this stage. A long, long way to go, a hell of a long way to go for Man United to maintain this, but it looks brilliant. It smells brilliant. It tastes brilliant. Come on, Ollie. You can do this. And Nicole Rogers, thank you for signing up and becoming an Academy member of the Football Terrace. You can all do that by clicking below. Where's eye test? Everyone's calling that. Where's eye? Eye test will not show up tonight. Eye test is going to sit there on his mum's bitty, bro. Bitty. Licking his wounds. Simple and as straightforward as that. Let's get the panel involved. Keep hitting that like and share button. Let's do this. Hey!
Come on!
Let's go!
Come on!
I'm doing this to piss off the rivals. The Avengers assembled, bro. The dying embers of the game, fam. I don't care. Iron Man Rashford, fam, coming through.
Listen, yeah, we've got a saying in Scotland, yeah. Get up, yeah! Simple as that. Yeah.
Come on. These are the wins that you hate to see, but you love them at the same time.
Oh,
110%.
my heart just chilled.
You don't want to win games, but you do and you don't. Like, it's the most euphoric you can feel getting a last minute winner, especially to put ourselves second. We've failed so many times. I'm gonna go to Alfie first on this. Smoke_McGoldrick.
Give him the gap.
I like that name.
That's brilliant.
Is this why you think Man United are in a title race?
Who wants to hear the gas?
Go.
Listen. You need to ask the fans and the
Take us to
3,000.
church.
Come
Who
on,
wants to hear the gas? Who wants to hear the gas?
Give us the gas.
Oh my God! Listen. You have no idea. Hey, I'm talking to you, Liverpool fans, right now. Yeah, you better not walk alone, bro. You better not walk. We're coming for you. Yeah, you understand? We're coming for you. 2 points off your back right now. Yeah, if you flop tomorrow, like them old men in bed. Yeah, if you flop tomorrow, bro. Yeah, we are coming for you. Best believe it. You better be on your top performance every single second of that game. You better be performing, because you know why? We so frustrated today, but you know what? We're getting that Fergie time, that Ollie time. Ollie in, 21 is coming. Smoke for days. Do you understand? The gas is here all day. Absolutely. You better watch your back. All of you better watch your back. Say what you need to say, but you better watch your back, because we're second. And listen, if we lose, I'll take the smoke too, no problem. But I'll give it just as good as I get it. So let's go.
Listen, man, I love hearing that. I think it's amazing to get. And do you know what? It does. I'm going to go to Neeks on this. It does actually put genuine pressure on Liverpool tomorrow, because the last team they want to lose their title to is Manchester United.
100%. Because listen, we've been in that position where 2009, for example, and Liverpool are chasing after the title, and Rafa goes on his rant, and as a Man United, I'm like, we can't allow Liverpool. We've come so close to catching them in the number of titles. I think it was 18 at the time. We can't let them catch us. So Liverpool fans on the other side must be thinking, we're so close to catching United on 20. We can't. Listen, this is the worst. This is their worst nightmare. Man United and them in the title race. If it's a Man City or a Chelsea, or they don't mind if they lose it. Oh, whatever. We try again next year. If they lose it to Man United, they're gonna be. Listen, we know Liverpool meltdowns already. They're gonna be finished. That game in 2 games time in the Premier League, massive game. As long as we beat Aston Villa New Year's Day or whenever we play, that game is huge. I'll tell you, listen. Rashford, I'm so happy. I'm so happy he scored that goal. Listen, I don't care who scores for Man United, but there's a lot of passion I get supporting Rashford when a lot of people doubt him. And he didn't have a good game, but none of our midfielders and forwards had a good game. But the fact that he goes and gets that goal, he's not shy to, he's not trying to pass an opportunity to someone else. He's like, no, we need a goal now. I'm cutting in and I'm taking the shot. And if you don't shoot, you don't score. I don't care about deflection here, deflection there. Rashford's goal. Rashford wins it. Happy New Year to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Man United.
Absolutely. I'm going to come to KJ here. Pastor KJ. Vibes FC seems to be doing something. You've got the vibes. You speak about Judge. I did the Terry Judge when it comes to the title. I was like 10 minutes to go. I'm writing with Bottled It. I'm going to tempt fate in the positive way for Man United, and it worked. Are you starting to believe, KJ? Are you starting to believe that Man United could win this league?
What I'm starting to see is mentality shifting, which is what we need and have wanted to see for a while. Mentality shifting. Listen, last season, we would have drew that game, possibly have lost with the way everything was going. Ever since the Arsenal Judge kicked in at Old Trafford, Odin saw his son in pain. Odin looked down on Ollie and was like, right, let's get going, yeah? He recalled 4. He had a chat with Paul Pogba. And he said, let's bring Ragnarok to these man. That shot, listen, Alfie was so glad that shot didn't go in because he would have been vexed. that shot that Paul Pogba took is the reason why, not the reason why we went forward and won the game, but it gave us that impetus, like, right, let's go and get this and help the hunt for it. And I'm just happy to see that the players are hungry. Bruno Fernandes didn't have the greatest game. He was trying to go forward still. Cavani was barely non-existent, but he was still grafting and trying. The defense today did not let us down. Eric Bailly, bro.
See the pace.
Listen. If he is the vibiest defender in the league, when he's not doing a madness and he's fit, one of the best centre-backs we've got, probably the best centre-back we've got. Today was strong, solid, quick. Matic in front of him, just doing wonders in the midfield, cleaning up, playing it off. These are the performances that we need to see, where the defence do our job and they say to the attackers, go win us the game. That's what we need to see more of. And do I believe we're in a title race? You listen. The only way I'm going to believe if we're in a title race, listen, you're Sharman Cam, relax. The only way I want to say we're in a title race is after 38 games, we are first. That's the only way I'm going to say it. But right now,
what race, bro? If we want
exactly,
it,
race, bro. That's why. But right now, I can only be pleased with the progression that we're having, and hopefully it continues.
I get that completely. We're going to get a few more people involved as well. I know David's waiting in the background patiently. We are going to get rivals on very soon. But I got 2 people. Man like Aaron's coming in there as well. But literally, this other gentleman, Brian, that's coming on from the USA is football terrorist royalty. When I used to do live streams to 7 people watching live, when I had only 100, 1,000, 5,000 subscribers, this guy was doing videos with us. Me and this guy have literally been to therapy together because ever since I started YouTube, Man United have been trash. Brian is here with us from the US.
Hey, what up, Brian?
Aaron is here.
Yes, Brian.
Gentlemen. Second, I'm going to go to Brian first on this, bro. We're second in the league. Trump with another clutch moment in a Man United shirt. It literally is like Christmas all over again. Give me your views, bro.
Yeah, it is amazing how much this Manchester United team has grown in 12 months. The there's something about Ollie's Manchester United teams that switch, like a switch flips when they have disappointing performances. And when they got knocked out of the Champions League against Leipzig, all I wanted to see was a reaction. And I've gotten it. And Wolves, for Manchester United, is the picture perfect definition of a bogey team. We struggle so much to play against them. And I was like, if we can beat Wolves tonight, there's nothing that this team can't do going forward with the belief that they have in one another. Bruno is playing better than any other player in the Premier League right now. And it's amazing to actually say that we have a Manchester United player at the peak of his powers in the Premier League again.
Yeah.
The team is starting to gel. The players are all together.
That celebration at the end.
I love it.
Celebration at the end.
It is amazing to see. And on top of that, do you know what I really like? We've already looked at the league table. I've got to show something else and show up on the screen, right? Because what I love seeing as a Man United fan is two of our best players, our two best players this season, have average games, but they still come up with the assist and the goal at the end. They just combine. It was, and you know, something that was being said in the previous game, and as you can see, I really zoomed in there as well. Like I had to go and zoom right the way in just so we could have a closer look at that. But there is an air of telepathy that's developing between Bruno and Rashford in recent games, and tonight it wasn't really clicking for anybody, but we still come up trumps. Aaron's with us. Aaron, host of that United show, which returns this week. And what change of events in the 6 weeks that show's been on ice due to all the Sunday games? We've gone from being 15th in the league to second. Rashford's flying. Bruno's killing it. Pogba's back in the mix. Give me your thoughts and opinions, bruv.
First of all, it's great to be second. And we forget that we've got a game in hand, so that's always positive as well. So we're going into that game confident. And yeah, man, it's been a tough game, but I predicted it to be a tough game because Wolves are like our bogey team, innit? Like we always find it hard to score against them. I don't know why, but we just find it hard to score against these guys because you've got to give credit where it's due as well. Their organization is mad, innit? Like at the back, they're very organized. They know how to defend. So credit to them. Usually at the end, that's when people give their man of the match. But I want to start by giving my man of the match, and that's Aaron fucking Bailly, man. I am so glad.
Come on.
I am so glad, that this guy is back. Like today, he was just flawless.
Yep.
Didn't put a foot wrong. Tackled when he had to. Played it out from the back when he had to. Didn't tackle when he had to. Stood. Do you know what I'm saying? Just stood his ground. Didn't make unnecessary tackles. Like it was just perfect today. So I'm happy the guy's back here, and I just hope, honestly to God, I hope and I pray that he stays fit because I think that's our best centre back partnership. I want to see that more often.
You're absolutely right, Aaron. Do you know what we saw tonight? I thought there was a couple of times Neto got past Maguire, but I thought both did some important blocking and defending and clearances at times. But what I saw twice from Bay that was so important was where balls got knocked in behind. There was no way Maguire is getting him unless he had a moped. Man weren't catching it.
No.
The point I'm making is football is about teamwork. It's about being together, and we need somebody with speed at the back for those recovery moments. And even with Rio and Vidic, as great as they both were as defenders, there were times where Vidic needed Rio's pace. It's a simple fact. And that's what was so great about that partnership tonight. I've got a super chat I've got to put up here. It's from the Pope. It's from the Pope. Gabriel says, KJ awaken the church of vibe. The boys are back. Liverpool have never won a title race when there is a contender in the Premier League era. It's actually true, right? Are awakening. Let's back the boys.
But can I just say,
go on, mate, go on.
Yeah, can I just say as well? I'm very happy that we won. Don't get me wrong, we're second, but there's a few things I want to address. You see what happens when a team shuts down the ability for us to counterattack. We don't have anything others. We don't have anything else to offer when they shut down the ability to counterattack. And it's for me, it annoys me because we looked static at certain points. We didn't know what to do. Players were just standing around, not moving, not making runs, just waiting for the ball to actually come to them instead of making the move for someone else to receive it or to create space. But Wolves were very smart. They actually closed down the areas where we work the most, which is the fullbacks running in behind. It was actually Cavani that was coming deep to ask for the ball or going wide to ask for the ball, making runs. We've seen it in the first half a few times. Rashford played him in. Bruno played him in. So they were very smart. So we need to start. Obviously, I keep saying this, but in training, these guys need to start working on something else rather than just counter-attacking. Because when you shut that down, we've got nothing.
No, but Aaron, what I would say, I don't agree that we got nothing. Because we haven't. We're not second because we've counter-attacked all the games that we've won or got a draw.
Yes, we have.
No, not that we haven't had a counter-attack in the game, but we haven't played on the counter-attack for 90 minutes in those wins. It hasn't been like that. But what I would say is that we still have to give credit to Wolves because Wolves are. Think about all the teams that Wolves play. Tell me who has a good game against them. Man City struggled. Who has a good game against Wolves? Man City struggle against Wolves. Liverpool, Chelsea better than this year. Chelsea lost to them. So I understand we do need to work on. We know counter-attacking is our best asset. But since we've had Bruno Fernandes and when we have the free of Bruno, Pogba, and Matic, generally we've played much better on the front foot than obviously before Bruno came here. But I think we still need to give credit to Wolves and the fact that we're playing game after game after game in such a short period of time. I think, I know our home record's not great, but I think we're still living a bit in the past of how it was before Bruno came in. Look at the results since Bruno's come and the teams that we played. We haven't counter-attacked them all.
But again today...
Aaron, go on.
Yeah, again today, towards the end of the game, we saw it. Well, I don't know if you guys saw it. Once Pogba started playing more forward, the chances started to come again.
100%.
I would personally like to see that a bit more because even though he's the best player on the ball, and when in those
even
positions,
today, sorry Terry, even today though, Aaron, even before that point where we started to get onto them more, there were still points where we was in the box, was trying 1-2s, we was trying. It's not like we weren't trying these things. We were trying to do these things. They weren't coming off today. Another day, another day,
Cavani didn't have a sniff today.
they would have come off. The 1-2s would have worked well.
I agree with Aaron in the sense of against teams that play low block, we struggle. We know that. Wolves, you know what I was impressed by with Wolves tonight? We've played a lot of teams in recent times that have just opened out and come at us and opened up, and you sort of like, you idiots.
Like Leeds.
Like, you dickhead. Do you know what I mean? Like, boom, Rashford's in, Martial's in, etc. They made it very, very difficult tonight. But I don't think I know we're working on things in training to break teams down. I know we're not just working on counter-attacks. I think as much as people like to disrespect Ollie, things aren't as amateur as that, in my opinion. Tonight was mentality. We looked shook. We knew we could go second. We knew we could. I feel a bit Spursy when I say this about Man United, but I mean it. We look as though we know if we win another couple of games, people are going to start talking about title races. And I think that scares some of our players. And I felt that Pogba and Bruno, for the large parts of that game, were playing within themselves. We weren't committing enough players into the box. And for me, that wasn't overtly a tactic. I think that's, you could hear the coaches saying, move the ball quicker.
I heard that as well.
Faster. So it isn't a tactic to sit there and be negative. And as the reason that it opened up later on and Pogba got forward is because Wolves tired. And then Pogba saw an opportunity to seize it. And he was great. And I'm not blaming it on Pogba solely. It was every single player on the pitch. The Aprils were going. The arses were going. And that's why I keep saying we need moments like tonight where we get over the line because it's mentality from this point going forward. It really, we're going to.
I really hear what Aaron is saying. But look, I'll tell you what my perspective is. I was watching this game frustrated the whole time thinking, bro,
Same.
These men are playing us on the counter. They're playing us on the counter. Yeah. And you could tell there. And what did I message? I said, listen, bro. Yeah. Last 5 minutes, Wolves, they've been scoring this season. Last 5 minutes, they're going to go for it. They're going to get opened up and we're going to hit them with one pass. It's ours for the taking. And genuinely, one of the, that was the most frustrating game I've watched this season thinking, you know what? It might actually be a draw. Yeah. But here's the thing that I've been saying consistently for every other team's games. We have to give Wolves credit because they are there to shut up shop. They shut up shop. Yeah, so you can't just say, Man United were bad because we couldn't break them down. give credit to Nuno Espirito Santo.
I think credit's got to be
setting
given.
the team up. Yeah,
You got to give credit to Ollie too. Figured it out with. I think the Martial change should have came a bit earlier because we needed players. We needed somebody with his close control to get
Martial.
because the way Wolves set up their block, they weren't allowing for any passes in behind. That was the game plan.
Sorry. Eye test is here. Look at the guy gone back to listen to this. On a video in December 2019, I told you to trust the process. I told you Ollie is the guy, but you didn't listen. Now look, 21 is coming. What I want an apology now. Ollie at the wheel. So let me just say, right? No, he's not. I think he did call and say that. I told you this guy changes his opinion every time he comes on. I have changed my opinion on Ollie. We all know this. I did a big apology video. I've opened my hands up to it. Like it is what it is. But brother, you only came on here 3 weeks ago saying we need to sack him now and break the bank to bring in Carlo Ancelotti. So what you need to do, bruv, is go suck your mum.
Yo, Bits. I've got a question for Bits because he hasn't said anything yet. Yo, Bits, loving the FU there to eye test. But
I am only joking, by the way. But listen, on a real level, you're not getting an apology from me until you apologize for the madness you chat about Rashford. Said Traore is a better footballer than Rashford. Can you imagine? Listen, even Aaron, who hates Rashford, don't think that. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, Traore was doing up LL Cool J today. Just that
bang into it. Yo, my man's shoulder should be out for a whole 2 weeks. Banging into Traore like that, fam. That's a brick wall, bro. Man, my man's a brick. Like he is a brick with legs.
You know.
Listen, can we give a shout out? Can we give a shout out to Maguire, please?
No, but
listen, man, he had a solid game, bro. He needs a shout out, bro. Yeah?
I'm sorry, but we need to talk about
on one-on-one.
David
David De Gea. But who's been failing us in the beginning of the season? Let's be honest, it was Maguire. One-on-ones, he was losing them. He was a bit all over the place. But last 4, 5, 6 games, today, all of his one-on-ones, he won them. And I shouted his name. I said, "Yes, Harry. Go on, Harry." This is and so for me to be doing that after you win your duel, bruv, shows that you had a good 95 minutes.
Yeah,
you had a good
Bits.
Big players like Traore don't do well against Maguire.
You've been a footballer. What's Cameron saying?
I was saying big players like Traore don't do well against a player like Maguire. Like Maguire's the disrespect Maguire gets when it comes to the strength of his game is ridiculous. I don't you cannot. Right, like you can't put. But what Traore likes to do is he likes to spin guys and use his power and get the left backs on his side and then go. This man, I remember at one point Maguire just stood there and looked at him like, "Bruh."
There was a time when they went up for a header. Went up for a header, and as they landed, Traore tried to shoulder barge him. It was weird seeing Traore bounce off someone.
Yeah, I've got a question for Bits.
I want to go to Bits and Bob, but ask your question. Go on, KJ.
Yeah, so that as a player, you're an ex-player. As a player now, after a performance like that, in the dressing room, what's the conversation that you're having? Is it right, guys? We got lucky. We need to focus and go again and play better, or is it well done, boys? We got the win, and now we can look forward to the next game. What kind of atmosphere is in that dressing room right now? Do you think?
Well, to be honest, man, the atmosphere, everyone's going to be smiling, bro. Everyone's going to be high. Just be like, we won. We got the 3 points. The league doesn't lie. However, characters like Bruno will bring everyone back down to reality and tell us that the league's not won in December. We need to win the next game. There's no point beating Wolves now than losing to Villa. That doesn't make any sense at all. So right now, it's about both, KJ, because right now you're like, yes. Because like Alfie said, Wolves are no little boys. Do you know what I mean? People get shook, people get beat off Wolves, and we've beat them, and they are our bogey team, right? So real talk. So right now in the change room, everyone's just going to be high, and then characters like Bruno, Harry will be like, listen, nothing's won now. We go again, analyze the game, see where we can improve, then we keep moving, Look, the one thing about what people forget, good teams win, either good or ugly. I don't really care. If it's 1-0, we clean sheet, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Clean sheet.
We move, bro. We move. Do you know what I mean? Listen, and Bailly and Harry, let this continue. Let this flourish. I pray to God, KJ, put some blessing and prayers on Eric Bailly's injury, man. Because we need everyone on him. Listen, did you see when Bailly covered them for pace? Bro, Traore, man, where are you going, bro? Not today, bro. Not today. So I'm saying, Harry Maguire, listen, I've never been his biggest fan yet, but today, that's what I want my captain to do. Do you know what I mean?
Hold on. I mean, Harry Maguire, though, I was saying Harry Maguire has, just like we said earlier, he's been good over the past like month and some change. So like I think the tone around him as a player needs to start shifting within the Manchester United fan base. We got to stop treating this guy like garbage. He's the captain of the club, and he is playing so well. And if Bailly can be a suitable, reliable, consistent partner next to him, that is a back four that we can rely on for the remainder of the season, regardless of who we play.
I agree with that. And what I want to say before we bring some rivals into this chat as well is this. Look, I think we've got to do the same thing as fans as what Bits and Bobs said about the players. Enjoy tonight, enjoy the moment, but then let's not act like Monster. Let's not act like a lot of the Chelsea fans did. They're going to win the league after a couple of games. We know Liverpool are favourites. We know Liverpool.
A couple of games, Terry. After they bought Kai Havertz, they said they're going to
yeah.
What did Monster say? Pray for our rivals. Shut up.
Listen, I've been praying for him ever since, brother. And I'm an atheist. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep for this man. But it's like one of these things that we need to remain grounded. Bits and Bobs, you're bang on. If we, a bit like Arsenal today, we are going to talk Arsenal later. If they hadn't have beaten Brighton today, it kind of ridicules and dampens the win against Chelsea on Boxing Day. We now need to cement the point against Leicester and the 3 points against Wolves by beating Villa and setting up an almighty clash against. I don't care what Liverpool's results are to an extent in the lead up to that game. As long as we beat Villa, we go into that game knowing that a positive result puts us into a title race. Does it mean I think we're gonna win the league now? No, there's a hell of a long way to go. We've got to remain grounded. We've got to remain our feet have got to remain on the floor. Equally, if we are going to push for this, I do think a January signing is going to be needed. I'll go to Neeks and then we're going to bring in the rivals.
I just want to bring it back to something that KJ said right at the start. And I think he also said it, I think even in the group chat before the game started, about mentality. Mentality is something that we've questioned of Man United a lot in the last, let's say since Ollie's been there, so the last 2 years. And I think today, the way we won it showed, I think this should spark, if it hasn't already, a mentality shift in these players. Remember what Morpheus said when Neo turned around and faced Agent Smith, and Trinity's like, what's he doing? He needs to run. What did Morpheus say? Morpheus said, he's beginning to believe. And I think these players are beginning to believe. A win like this, they have to believe. They have to believe.
Well, remember my first time on the terrace? I said to you lot, I said we could win it, and I said as long as we stay in the conversation. Some of you man looked at me a bit iffy, but look at us now. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, we are looking very, very good right now. That can't be denied whatsoever.
And January is still to come.
Listen, Alfie, I'm here on Vibes FC. Don't bring the resistance out today, bro. We ain't talking about them occasions, bro.
Let's do that. We're gonna get some rivals involved now, but make sure you smash some like buttons, hit share buttons as well. Also, our first win against Wolves in the Premier League since their promotion under Nuno. So I think, again, all those little things that we didn't do last year, we're also 9 points better off after 15 games this season compared to last year. So for all the Ollie outers out there that we want to see improvement, you need to be, I'm not saying you have to start supporting him 100% and changing your mind, but at least a little bit of credit where credit is due, because it is the improvement that you've been asking for.
Can I add to that? Can I add to that just really quickly? Mid last season, end of last season, what did every United fan and every pundit say about United? We know we're not going to win the title this season. They know that United are not going to win the title next season. Yeah, they know, but the least that United have to do is get closer to Liverpool and City. Bitch, where are we?
Closer to Liverpool.
Where are we? Yeah, we're above City. All right, cool.
This is where you see whether people have agendas or whether their words are because they have high standards and they're just not bringing the club down like fans like us, is whether when the manager delivers and the team deliver what they've been asking for, do they come out and say, I'm happy and satisfied now? They won't. The goalposts will be continually moved because they want to be negative. They want to be deliberately obtuse. And that's fair enough. That's why I don't listen to those. That's why I don't follow those Twitter accounts anymore. So as what I just don't listen to it because it's like, you're chatting fart, bruv. You know what I mean? That's why I brought up the win percentage thing last year, and that made a lot of man quiet because they're like, if I commit to that, I'm really going to leave myself in a precarious position if it starts to happen and go forward. We've had like 4 new members sign up tonight. Thank you, Stevie, as well. We've got some super chat questions to jump into, but here is the contrast in facial expressions between these two people after a couple of days. We've got David here. Happy birthday, David, first and foremost.
Oh, he's 19. Can drink in Canada.
Boy, happy birthday,
Have a
bro.
drink up in Toronto, bro.
Look at this guy.
Birthday, bro.
Absolutely. And this guy, they're on a winning streak. 2 games won back to back.
Oh God,
They're climbing out of relegation, and they're only 6 points behind Chelsea. If Chelsea lose to City in their next game, it's going to be peak. Man like Igal is here. Arsenal are on fire. Arsenal are back. First of all, I'm going to go to Man United. I know you didn't. I did. I'm going to go to you first, Igal. Man United, second in the league. Rashford, tunnel vision. What are you saying, bro?
Listen, there's one person I want to speak about, Bruno Fernandes. Terry, you said to me at the beginning of the season, numbers speak louder than words. Right now, I flipped. I'm no longer Kevin De Bruyne over Bruno. I'm flipping over to the other side. I'm saying Bruno Fernandes, what he's shown me, he is better than Kevin De Bruyne. Right now, Bruno Fernandes is a better player than Kevin De Bruyne. And anyone who wants to talk about the best attacking midfielder in the league, you have to go to Manchester United to go find him. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon or anything like that. Numbers speak louder than words. I'm looking at the numbers. Bruno Fernandes the man.
Listen, again, what he said, you're the best panelist we've ever had on the show. And you just confirmed it there, my friend. Listen, what I love about Bruno, I said it the other day. Somebody asked me why I prefer him, and it is a preference thing. It's a subjective thing, and it just is what he did tonight. Man was trash for most of the game, but then he comes up trumps. That's a sign of a top class player. And we live in nostalgic. We have nostalgic minds where we think back to. I'm not putting them on their level yet, but we think back to the best from eras gone by. The Henrys. We think of the Scholeses, the Giggs. We go on the continent. You think of the Ronaldinhos and the Zidanes and the Inzagis. You are deluding yourself if you think these players were brilliant in every single game they played in, because they simply were not. It's a nonsense. No player ever has been, no player ever will be. But all of those players would have countless games a season where they stunk, but then they popped up and got that winner. Like R9 would get put through on goal and they put it away. And again, no one blogged about it or vlogged about it, but we would have had the reaction of, oh, that was like, I remember watching him Italia 90, not Italia 90, on the what was it called on Channel 4 when they showed Italian football?
Gol Italia.
Gol
Lazio.
Yeah. You'd watch that show on Channel 4 and it'd be like, he had an average game, but he always scores. And my dad used to say to me, it's your education. That's what top players do. That's what top performers do.
Terry, and I'm not comparing anyone in our team to this man, but in the 2007-8 season, Ronaldo, which for me is still the greatest season in English football. Remember that game we played against bottom club Derby, who got 11 points all season at their ground, and we won 1-0. And Ronaldo scored in the 75th minute or something like that, and he did a celebration where he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he missed like 4 or 5 chances before he actually scored. Like, it happens. People don't score every chance they get, and they don't play well for the whole game. What about in the position?
What about our Man United's last title-winning season? The star of our team that year, Robin van Persie. People forget he went nearly 3 months without scoring a goal that season. And remember, he scored the penalty against, I want to say it was Sunderland. And he literally run the length of the pitch to go and celebrate with Fergie. We have nostalgia creeps in, right? Your grandparents do this to all of you. It snowed every Christmas when your grandparents were younger. The summers lasted for 5 months and it never rained, right? Nostalgia takes over. We all think these things. I mean, David doesn't have nostalgia yet. Man's too young. He just got peas last week. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, at the end of the day, but it happens. And Bruno's killing it. So I thank you for saying that. David, we're saying Man United on the edge of a title race here. Collectively, Alfie's fully in. We get that. We're saying we're on the edge. Give me your opinions on Man United's performances of late, where we are in the league, and what we can do moving forward.
I mean, that's the difference between your team and my team right now. You have a bad game, and
David, you're right, mate.
I'm having a bad day there. I was hoping my birthday would put some weird magical where Adama Traore bangs a goal from halfway. Yeah? I was hoping for Judge. It didn't work. My only hope now is Newcastle and Steve Bruce pull something off, and that's not happening. I've given up. But like, no, the reason why you guys are like so able to be so happy about having a bad game and still winning is because you're not having bad games like my team are, where it's like you feel like it's every single game. You even if you have bad first halves, your second halves will be absolutely fantastic.
And what I saw from even Nuno today, both of your managers made subs when they knew the game wasn't going to change. Like you could see that the game needed someone like Martial to come off the bench and drive at that Wolves defense to try and create space. He could see that, and he made it a lot earlier than Frank's been doing. I don't even want to go into Frank because it's just going to annoy me. But yeah,
David, that's not his name. Wait. That's not his name. That's not his name. That's not his name. Lampard's new name on this platform is now the Bangers and Mash Boas fam. That's what he is. Bangers and Mash Boas, bro.
No. Me and Kai have been going into the numbers. And he's got the same points per game as Villas Boas. And
he actually is.
And literally, even if you want to go out of Roman era, he's like got a 0.05 better win percentage than Rue Toilet.
Wait, look at Bangers and Mash Boas, fam. Look at it.
One sec, right? Do you know what's really dangerous though about if Ollie was to go on and win the league? Do you know it sets a really dangerous precedent for sacking managers when they're on bad runs at the top clubs, because that will be it moving forward. But you can't, because he can turn it around, because there's never been an example of a manager in the top 6 nearing the sack who has then turned it around. I would just like that for the banter, because that makes things really hard. By the way, thank you to Diavante for the super chat, who says happy birthday to David. Keep your agendas, they are hilarious.
Mason Mount needs to be benched.
What about Fergie? Fergie almost got sacked.
Yeah, that was ages ago when they keep.
That isn't true. It's a myth. It was a myth created by rivals that was just shut down then, and it's been shut down ever since. But it's always stuck. It's a really weird thing that's just always stuck around, like rocket, like unicorn. Some people think like WWE wrestling. People think it's real. Like, you know what I mean? Some things are myths out here.
Shout out Lincoln.
Can we stop now? Because in this game, you saw them combine to make something happen, and we've seen them combine before to make things happen. Can we stop this Bruno versus Pogba nonsense?
Yes,
it shouldn't be a thing.
Well, you know, people are always
we need to stop it, bro.
Not here. I mean, the football terrorist community. That's why we're the best football community on the planet. Because
today they combined 3 times to make space.
Because you see the pass that Bruno played to Rashford and then he scored.
Yeah,
100% people out there saying, you see, Pogba should have played that.
This is what he should be doing. Pogba played a ball just like that earlier on in the game. And
exactly, but
Rashford's run wasn't slightly right, so we didn't get there. That's where, do you know what's mad for me, right? There was a moment in the beginning of the second half, Pogs gave the ball away. He took a touch, tried to turn, gave the ball away on the halfway line. They countered. I was fuming. About 2 minutes later, Bruno had a simple square pass to them and they countered. I was fuming. When Pogba makes a mistake, I'm angry because I'm angry. But when Bruno does that, I'm angry. When Martial had an easy ball to play out to the right-hand side on a counter to Rashford and he underhit it, I was angry. When Rashford overplayed a 1-2 and went out for a goal kick, do you know what I was? I was angry because I support Man United. I look at all that.
Come on. This is why I can enjoy when Man United win. And I feel like all the time, anytime we win, I can always enjoy it. I feel like some people can't because I have no agenda about anyone. I want Man United to win.
I'm here roasting, bro. I'm fuming, bro. You see the steam coming off man's head. I'm just hearing all I'm just like, what are these man talking about? Listen, I tell you what I need. I just need a statement from Pogba to say, listen, I don't like my agent. Fling with all of that. I'm staying.
Do that.
Yeah, I need him. I need him to be loyal. I need loyalty, bro.
He's not going to do that because that's the guy. That's the guy that got him his first move into professional football. That's the guy that got him his move back to Man United.
I'm saying I need it. I'm saying I need it.
Sometimes you need to read between the lines. When Pep Guardiola had an issue with Yaya Toure's agent, he said he's never playing. Yaya Toure is never playing for me again until he gets an apology. He played for him again. We never heard an apology, but something must have happened behind the scenes. We have no idea what happened. It was played out in public, but the apology was never made public. But he played him again once secretary. But then also, what did Mino Raiola do after he made the first interview? He's actually backtracked.
He redacted.
He started kind of, what I meant was maybe leaving in the summer and Things have happened behind the scenes. I said at the time, if he doesn't apologize, whether it's publicly or privately, I don't want him to play for Man United. But if Solskjaer decides to play him, I trust Solskjaer's judgment because he knows him better than any of us.
Yeah.
And he's been playing his part. That's the most important part.
Pogba hasn't been out there dropping bad performances, showing a lack of interest in what he does. But you know what I hope happens for you, Alfie, right? Because it will benefit all of us. Is we need to win the final game of the season. We're drawing. There's about 2 minutes to go, and Pogba scores a screamer to win us the title. I would love it. I'd love it.
What's going on,
my G?
If we're talking about how the media's been, if you look at what's going on in the squad right now, the way Ollie's managed every player clearly, have we seen any heads drop? Guys aren't starting. People are being rotated in and out. There's been no media saying, "Oh, Donny Van de Beek's upset he's not playing." Oh, Bailly wants out because he's not playing. Oh, Pogba wants to be. There hasn't been any of that. The team right now seems like it's completely in sync, and that's all Ollie right there. That's managing.
You also see the higher we climb up the table, and the more consistent the results, the happier people stay because there's opportunities to win trophies and whatnot. And I think things are looking really positive at Man United. But the most important thing for the team to do is to keep their feet on the ground, to relax.
Don't be like my team.
Yeah, nobody's too carried away with themselves.
I'm out, yeah. I'm
I'll see you later on, mate.
Yeah, I have to do an appointment.
All right, mate. Take care, brother. But the fans play a very, very, very big part in that by equally keeping grounded, because I do think it's interesting. We always hear from people don't abuse players because players use social media and they read it and it impacts them. But equally, overgassing them will do the same thing as well. Like you can get into their heads and make them feel too confident. So we need to do that. Speaking of getting confident, we are going to move this on. I want to chat a little bit about Arsenal. They won back-to-back games for the first time since the opening 2 games of the season. They're now only 6 points behind Chelsea.
Igal, bring the gas, bro. Igal, you're here. Listen, I can't do it for you today because my team's late today. I can't bring the gas for you. Bring the gas. Where's the gas? We want to hear it, man. Come on to talk.
Yeah, I was just waiting. I was just waiting, patiently waiting for my time. You know what it is? Just chilling. You know what? 2 wins in a row. I'm gassed. But one thing I will tell you, the biggest thing about this is where's all that energy? People saying, "Oh, the youngsters digressed under Arteta. Oh, we signed Pablo Mari to a deal under Arteta. This is why we should sack him." And today, when those guys perform, people aren't going to say, "Oh, it's because of Arteta." They're not going to say, "Oh, today Lacazette came on off the substitute bench, came on, scored a winning goal." No one's going to give Arteta his plaudits. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm just going to sit back and wait for this ride to keep riding out, because every time we win, I'm going to get proven right. Every time we lose, people are going to come for my head. And you know what? At this point, I've come to understand that's what it's going to be. Another person, Leno. I said don't sell Martinez, but you know what? When Leno does well, you got to give him credit. He might not have the best distribution. He might not be the best goalkeeper with his feet, but today he was playing like he was Manuel Neuer, making some crazy moves, taking extra touches. But you know what? That was some crazy stuff.
Manuel.
Did you see?
You're doing so well.
No. Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did?
Yes, yeah. We saw what he did. We saw what he did, but that was
I don't know if he meant to do it, but that
you were doing so well. It was so level-headed, and then Manuel Neuer.
Listen. Another thing, Lacazette, 3 goals in 3 games. You love to see it. The players playing for the manager. You love to see it. Arteta making a substitution that changes the game. Deserves credit for that. And you know what? I don't care about all this Arteta in, Arteta out BS. To me, it's about Arsenal first. If Arsenal win the game, I'm happy. Other people who have their agendas, I don't want to hear it. Today, end the agendas. The rest of the season, we just need to focus on winning, because it's not only 6 points away from Chelsea. We're literally 6 points off of 5th. I'm not saying we're going to get back in there, but we can.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, bro.
Before you do that, question. You can do me. Zane's here, Liverpool fan. Do me a favor, Zane. Can you just adjust your camera so your head's in the middle of the screen? That really helps, just with continuity and stuff, bro. That's better, my brother.
Hold on, let me fix it. Hold on.
There we go. Okay, go to your question anyway. Go for it.
Yeah, Igal. Where was Aubameyang? Is he playing for Arsenal still?
Oh no,
Aubameyang misses chances. You obviously people miss chances.
Where was he today, bro?
KJ, don't get started.
He did not perform well, but I understand why he came in. He could have been rushed back from injury because Lacazette played 3 games in like 5 days, but it makes sense.
KJ,
are you not? Are you not worried about his form? being in the position that you're in, knowing how many goals he's got you before, are you not worried that this what is happening right now with him can actually be a detriment to your team?
Listen, at the end of the day, players have bad form, and you know what? Class is permanent. One thing I will say is at the beginning of the season, before this whole Aubameyang contract situation where he signed a new deal, I was one of the people with the stance of the club first, and if that means selling Aubameyang and moving him on, I was okay with that. In my opinion, I possibly thought giving him the deal, it could be a problem. It could cause detriment to the team. So I get where you're coming from. But at this point, he signed for the team. He is still a quality player. And at the end of the season, he could still be in and around the top goal scorers. It only takes a couple games for him to get a couple of games.
He won't be.
No.
Anywhere near
It only takes him a couple games.
Will be like, give it up, man. It's not happening this year.
And he's also our penalty. He's also our guy on penalties, so he could get up there. Right now, I'm slightly worried.
Salah's on like 13.
I'm slightly worried about his form. But if anyone in this team that I should have confidence in based on what he's done before, it is Aubameyang. He's shown us a track record of getting goals.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. You get. I want to go to Zayn. I want to go to Zayn first. Before we do that, we got super chats here. One from original base Annie saying, "Big up the panel. United moving to second has made having Corona not so bad." Yo, bro, I hope you feel better and get well soon, my guy. Everyone from everyone from the football terrace, we're sending you good wishes and good vibes. ITES, we have receipts in the chat. You flip-flop within 2 days of each other. Oi, facts. And then we got another super chat here from Cody says, whilst we all said Igal would do this once, was Arsenal won a match or two, they are still trash. So is Arteta. Hey, listen, let them have their flowers today.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that like it has to do with where they are in the league. People are gonna give them smoke because they're 13th, but if they keep playing and forgetting all that noise, they'll improve. They
will improve. I've said the relegation battle is over now. I believe.
No, KJ, fully. Next game, they're going to be 3 points behind my team.
We don't know.
But can I just say on the position thing? But the thing is, there may be 3 points behind. There may be 3 points behind your team, but by the time they actually play that game, you could be all in 9th. So don't get thinking about we're 3 points behind Chelsea, so we're going to be in 5th. Man City are the same points as Chelsea with 2 games in hand. Aston Villa are the same points as Chelsea with 2 games in hand. Spurs got a game in hand, same points. I think Southampton and Chelsea are both played 16. So I'm just saying, you're not fighting with Europe yet.
But right now, I want to go to Zayn. Zayn's been here. He's been waiting. Zayn, my brother, how you doing? You good?
I'm good. Welcome to the party, the title race party. Finally, an elite club is up here with Liverpool challenging. That's what I want to hear. Some energy now. For finally, we got disrespected last year because of everyone's falling off. COVID. So we didn't get respect for the title. This team is building a legacy, right? And I'm keeping it real. We won the Champions League. We won the title, World Cup, European Super Cup, big boy trophies. Arsenal, Chelsea, go away, man. You're not elite. Only 2 elite leagues, only 2 teams in this league is elite. Us and Man U. If it's a European Super League, us and Man U are hereditary. We're always going to be in that European Super League because we're elite. Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, that's the level we're playing at. So thank you, Man U, for coming to the party because I want to get some respect in our team. And the only way you're going to do that is having a proper title race with a proper challenge. So forget all this Orliet and Will, blah, blah, blah. No. This is real now. My man's backed it now. Everyone keeps saying he's got to win 3-4-4 games. My man's doing it. He's doing his job now. Now, next time, that game coming up. We know it's coming up in January. I'm a Liverpool fan, you get me? I'm a real fan, not like these ones like all putting hate in the chat. Oh, you got lucky. Do you know what champions do? Roy Keane says it all the time. Champions win ugly all day. It don't matter. You get the result. It don't matter. If it comes from the backside, you get the 3 points and you move. Done. And that's what we did last year. This year, we got injuries and the luck's not going away. Look, you have to be lucky as well. Football is the game of inches. You get me? So I'm here.
Zayn throwing down the gauntlet to Man United. Zayn, do me a favor. Can you check your mic? Can you check your mic and see which mic you're using? I don't know if you're using your webcam or your actual mic.
Can I just say?
Coming through the microphone, bro. That's what it was, bro. It's the energy.
It's the energy, bro. I go back. My energy is too much. You get me, right? One more thing I want to say, though, right? You know, Arsenal man are getting gassed now about, we won 2 games in a row, right? Let's get real, right? The reason why Aubameyang is scoring, 375 grand a week. That's the reason why he's not scoring. Man's wearing silk shirts, every week. You get me, right? So don't get too gassed about that, right? You want 2 games, pipe down until you win the Champions League. Until you win Champions League or European Super Cup, don't come talk to us or Man U. You can talk to Tottenham. You can talk to Fulham. That's your level. You get me? Even Chelsea got a Champions League. You get me? You get a trophy if you can't talk to us lot. You get me? So keep your ways and keep over there, bro. That's it, man. I'm keeping it real, bro. That's it. Don't disrespect Man U or Liverpool because we got legendary players. We're in league, bro. In league. What are you? When's the last time you won a cup? Yeah. The European Cup you won don't even exist anymore. Do you get me? Cup Winners' Cup. What is that? That's like a reject of the rejects. You get me? No, don't come step to us, man. And also, let me finish, right? Arsenal Wenger, 20 times my man qualified for the Champions League. 20 times. What's his record? 1 final. Our team, Liverpool, our team was dead, bro. We beat Prime, AC Milan, with Smeaksha, some dead players, bro. And we ain't been in the Champions League. What, we're probably 6 or 7 times, and we still got 2 finals and 1 win. So, as Jose says about Arsenal, you guys at success at failure, bro. You get me? 20 times you got to 1 final. Don't chat to me or Man U. You get me? Any great team who dominates the Premier League has to win the big boy trophy. That's the Champions League. Even Nottingham Forest back in the day in the 80s when English football was running things, they still got Champions League. They won that. You ain't got that with power.
Let's let Igal have his right of reply. Then we're going to go through some super chat questions. Go on, Igal.
The audacity, the dungeon dwellers, Liverpool for freaking 30 years is talking to me. You're talking to me, the Premier League era, the dungeon dwellers. You know why your audio is like this right now? Because you're in a cave, mate. That's why. You came out of your cave. You're finally showing up. You guys have been hidden for how many years in the Premier League and never did nothing in the Premier League. You guys were in 17th, 8th. You guys were in 7th, 8th, 6th. One time you came 2nd. And then finally Klopp came and saved your whole club's legacy in the Premier League era because you guys haven't done nothing in the whole Premier League era. This guy right now, how dare you talk about Arsenal in this kind of way? You were not even in the relevant conversation for the league title for over 20 years in the league. Yes, you did something when your dad was still young. You don't know none of that. You were still a kid probably back then. So don't talk to me about Arsenal. Don't talk to me about the Premier League era. Start winning things in the Premier League. Show me domestic trophies. You won 1 domestic trophy. You won 1 league in 30 years, mate. You can't talk to us. In the Premier League era, you have no say.
Zane, you're muted.
I fix my mic now, so you can hear me clear now. Right?
Oh yeah.
All right, it's all good now, right?
Yeah.
Now, the way I see it, right, there's levels, right, to trophies, right? Let's keep it real, right? And I'm gonna this is education for you, guys. You're from Canada, so I'll give you a bit of blind because you still call it stock over there. Do you get me? Football here, right?
Wait. England.
No. Let me say my point.
Don't forget that. Education for you too.
There's levels to trophies, right? Bottom of the trophy list, right, is the League Cup, right? The entry level is just the league clubs within the the 4 tiers, blah blah blah. After that, it's the FA Cup because of tradition. It's got a bit more prestige, so that's why it's rated a bit more. Okay. Then you've got the UEFA League. Do you get me? Right. So again, that's teams who finish between 6th, 5th, even 7th sometimes. Right. So again, they're not the top teams in the league, but they get into that European competition, and then that's that. Then you've got the Premier League, right? To win that, you've got to be a good standing because we're top 4. Our league's probably one of the strongest in the thing, right? At the same level, I would have put the European Super Cup. Again, something you don't know about. European Super Cup. Only the big boys have that, right?
Friendly.
All right? No, but here's the entry requirements. For you to even compete and win the European Super Cup, you either got to win the Champions League or the Europa League. Have you won any of those? No, don't talk to me. So anyway, right? So that's the next level. And then above that, you've got the Champions League. That is playing against the best teams in Europe and winning, right? 20 times you enter that competition. 1 final, and you got smoked by...
How many times did you guys win the Champions League in the actual Champions League era? You guys keep talking about
2005.
2, right? Okay, how many times did you win the Premier League? No. I let you finish. How many times? I let you finish.
Champions League is big boy.
Stop. How many times did you win the Premier League in the Premier League era? Once, right? How many times did you win the Champions League? How many times did you win the Champions League in the Champions League era?
2.
2, right? So you guys are a historical team. This historical team that won all these trophies, and
So
you
why
have
you
the
won it?
audacity
Why
to come at
have you
me
not-
and
why
say,
have you not
"Oh,
won the
only
Champions
Manchester
League,
United,
bro?
Arsenal are the big
Why
team."
have you not won the
You
Champions
have
League,
to listen. You're
Why?
disrespecting. You're disrespecting. You're
It's a
disrespecting the
fact.
third
It's a
biggest
fact.
club.
And that's why
You're
your Arsenal fans
disrespecting
can
the
don't
third
respect.
biggest club in English history. And in the Premier League era, we've been bigger than you.
Third.
Even though you
Third.
won, even though you've won a Champions League or you won a league, Europa League, it doesn't mean nothing. In the Premier League era, Arsenal have been bigger than you. Chelsea have been bigger than you. Man City have been bigger than you. Man United have been bigger than you. Every single one of those clubs have been bigger than you.
No, keep it real. You said this
And
guy
also, the
disrespecting
reason why I
Champions
say
League,
Liverpool fans are
European
dungeon
Cup.
dwellers. Sorry, the
Come on,
reason why I
guys.
say
You
Liverpool
guys have
fans
won
are
it.
dungeon
Is it
dwellers.
easy thing to do? Is
No.
it a prestigious thing to do?
Liverpool fans are dungeon dwellers because of one thing. For 30 years,
listen.
you guys were quiet, didn't say nothing for 30
Dungeon
years.
dwellers.
You win one trophy, you are the worst losers out of all the Premier League teams. The worst losers, the worst winners are Liverpool by far. Because when you guys win, you come up, oh, we're Liverpool.
Hold on,
Right?
hold
But then
on.
when you
Guy that won
win,
2 games in a row. Suddenly you're
that's what you
gassing it
do.
now.
When you lose,
Come
you know
on
what
the
you
smoke
do?
now, bruv.
Let me
You
hide.
lot
Let
were
me
hiding
hide. I'm
2 weeks
Liverpool.
ago.
I lost.
Exactly.
I lost.
That's what you guys are. 2 weeks ago, you're hiding. You're hiding.
Listen,
You're
I don't hide.
cameras,
I'm
blah,
here.
blah, blah.
Win, loss or draw. I'm here. Where were you after you lost your last game? Where were you after you drew your last game? Where
Look,
were
I
you
didn't get
guys?
invited on.
Where were you
That's-
guys
I'll keep
after
it real, bro.
CBG slipped?
Do you get me?
Where were
Me
you
and Terry
guys?
ain't getting connected yet. Do you get
Nah.
me? If Terry connects me and I'll be on the regular. And
In
I'll
fairness,
represent them.
one sec, guys. In fairness to Zayn, we only met Zayn 3 days ago, so he wouldn't
Exactly.
And also, Gal, in fairness to Liverpool fans, the hiding is what you should be doing right now, bro.
You don't hide.
No.
Win, lose, or
The
draw,
reason
we're
why
gonna get
the reason why Arsenal and Arsenal fans get so much stick is because they don't know when to stop. You know what I mean? When it's time to go, when it's time to retreat.
No.
You know what I mean? When it's time to retreat, yeah, you man look to be out there in no man's land getting shot up all over the place, fam.
Listen, I've got a question for Zayn, real quick.
And talk about
I've
whatever
got a
he
question
wants.
for Zayn real quick, bro.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Alfie, let me just say.
Sorry. Yeah, go. Sorry, go.
Zayn, you have all the right to bash anybody, make fun of anybody. Say whatever you want to say. You are winning right now. That's good for you, honestly. But you guys are the worst winners by far because you guys won one Premier League trophy and you guys go all about this like you've been doing it for 20 years. Calm down, bro.
2 games, bro.
Do it again.
2 games,
Do
bro.
it again.
You're gassing it again.
No, I came on here humble.
Gal, I love you guys. We're good. I'm going to go to Alfie's question, then we're going to go to some of the super chat questions that have come through this evening. We're going to ask them to the panel. Go for it, man like Alf.
Zayn, listen, I'm not one to really pay attention to comments, bruv. Yeah, let them deluded people say what they're saying. But you know the tone that you're carrying today. You came with the vibes in this box right here. This tone that you're carrying. I really need to ask you, bruv. Yeah, somewhere deep down, half, 50-50 in your heart, like that Hovis bread, bruv. Yeah, are you a United fan?
Do you know what? I'm a real football fan, and that's it. Real fan here. Do you get me? That's why I got real fans there. Because for me, it's about the competition. If you win something, it's better if you have a competition. Because I thought I was robbed last year. Because everyone making up noise, cancel the season, COVID, everyone's falling off, Man City, they're crying because one of the defenders broke his leg or something. He couldn't fucking play. Suddenly, no, that's it. It's not fair. Do you get me? And I feel a bit disrespected that we didn't get the respect or the credit for what we did last year. Do you get me, right?
You know what's interesting? So Zayn, what you say there is right. A lot of Liverpool fans, I felt the way you won the league last year there was elements of it that were amazing. The points total. I felt the points total was being overplayed because I'm going to say this harshly. In another 20 years' time, barring Liverpool fans, the season will be remembered more for COVID as opposed to you guys winning it by so many points.
It's true.
The title races that will go down in memory for 20, 30 years are the ones that are neck and neck, the ones that are nail biters, the ones that are sort of grueling. So
the Man City one with Man United.
Before that, Blackburn.
Yeah.
99 against Man United Arsenal. 2008 Man United Chelsea. 2012 Man United Man City.
And
then Man City's. Man City. 89, of course, Michael Thomas.
That was a big one.
And the Man City when they won their second one back to back. The last day ones are the ones that you remember.
Yeah, no, agree. I think if Liverpool win this season with the the injuries they've had, the adversity, if there's teams closer to them and it's actually a title race, it creates more of a legacy for you, because otherwise what it'll get painted as is, well, yeah, you're the best team, but no one's competing. It's almost like one horse race type thing. And if you're winning one horse races, it's, if you're the only person that enters a beauty contest and you win, who'd you beat? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's an element of, you need that competitiveness. So I agree with you.
Yeah, because that's the thing you said. You nailed it. Legacy, right? I believe this team we put together is special. And for them to be considered a legacy team like the great Man United team back in the day, Arsenal teams, all those, great teams, even the 80s when Liverpool were running things as well, right? We need to go back to back. We've got the Champions League done, World Cup, European Super Cup. We go back to back. You can say this team is one of those legacy teams. And if we do it consistently for the next couple of years, and Klopp does a bit of a rebuild as well, that's all I want. That's all I want, is the right to say we had a legacy team. Do you get me? Because no one remembers the 80s. Do you get me? And that's a problem.
But Zane, listen, you know one thing I was thinking about yesterday, when I was thinking about Liverpool and their title winning. Not many teams over the Premier League era win it. Win it. Sorry. They don't win it back to back or 3 times in a row. Yeah, forget the 3 times. That's untouchable level. Let's be honest. Yeah, 3 times. Only one team twice. And we've done that twice. Yeah. So that's untouchable level. Let's leave that on the side.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what I want to say is, Liverpool have been this fire that you're seeing. Liverpool, they've been this fire for already 2 closed seasons. It's just that no team has ever got 96 points and come second and not won the league. So you were fire that season. It's just unbelievable that Man City had just a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's unbelievable. So you've already had 2 seasons of what I would say your absolute best, and the proof is, now look at how many points you're dropping, how many draws. The proof is you're not that anymore. So what I'm trying to tell Liverpool fans, and not you, because you're keeping it real today, but the ones that are trying to throw heat on the direction, bruv, I'm trying to tell them, bruv, you are not that same team. Don't go on like you are you were last year or the year before, because you can tell already. Yeah,
I get that completely. We're going to go to some super chats now. First one from Ryan Black, who says Wenger never won it back to back. Well, that's why Wenger. There's 2 reasons why Wenger isn't a great manager. He never won back-to-back league titles, and he didn't win a Champions League. And until you win those 2 things, in my book, you're not great. They're like they're the sort of that you have to be entered into the competition. You got to do it, and if you don't do those 2 things, you don't get a seat at the table. I'm afraid.
He won it in 2 different periods, and that makes him a Premier League great. Come on, put some respect on his name too. I can't take this about Wenger, even though I'm not.
No, honestly, you want a double, but back to back. You have to do back to back.
2002 and 2004.
But 2 different periods is. 2 different periods is respectable.
Alfie, they're just levels. There's levels. So you might call him great, but then you can't compare him to managers who have done back-to-back.
I agree.
What you're saying there was Alfie. What you're saying there as well about doing 2 different areas. Yeah, you're again United fans. Fergie did the 3-peat in 2 different areas, fam. We just love to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Over 3 decades. 3 different decades.
I always put that as my benchmark, because when you talk great players, when you talk great managers, I think I'd love football to create a benchmark that we all just adhere to, because it stops stupid debates. And my thing for great managers and great teams is back-to-back titles and a Champions League within that core group. So that's why, I mean, it's very conveniently done so that the Man United 99 team and the Man United 2008 team are the 2 greatest Premier League sides of all time, because they've achieved all those things. But equally, I set the precedent. So if a manager goes 4 times on the bounce and they win a couple of Champions Leagues, they'll be the greatest ever Premier League team. And I can't get myself out of that because I've set the precedent. That's what I try my best to do. Aaron LFC here with a super chat says, Champions League is the ultimate barometer for a top-level team. Arsenal are the worst winners. You guys won an FA Cup and thought you were world beaters.
All right, Man United fans, do you agree with that statement about Champions League having that upper echelon kind of status?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
not really.
Of course, bro. Who's going to disagree with that? Of course, that's a fact, bro. Yeah,
I don't because of the parameters of the competition. At the end of the day, the Champions League is a knockout competition like any other knockout competition. It's just got higher quality teams in it.
Brian, it's the only competition we have where the best of across Europe can compete.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but there are parameters in place that could prevent the competition being at its absolute peak. You know what I mean?
Listen,
I just pull back. I just pull back a little bit on that.
If you win it, if you win it in one specific year, it doesn't necessarily mean you're the best team in Europe. You have to assess other things. Porto won it in 2004. They were not the best team in Europe. They won it. But if you talk about the Man United team, the Liverpool team,
Bayern Munich,
Bayern Munich, where they win multiple trophies over a period of time.
And not just multiple trophies, but over the period of 3 years, they keep getting to the semis, the finals, lose one year, win the next year.
Equally, I think the greatest of teams, but guys, I also think the greatest of teams do league and Champions League doubles.
Yes.
I know this fake business, bro.
But again, I mean, and again, I'm not having a pop at this current Liverpool team and setup, but again, that's always been my standard. It's like, well, if you look at Bayern Munich did a treble, which is again even more, so it just cements you into that greatness level even more. So when I think of great teams, I sort of look at it along the lines of no one can even Liverpool have got teams that won Champions League and league titles in the 70s and 80s. You can't touch those teams until you achieve that same thing. Do you get where I'm coming from? So when I come to the echelon of greatness, like I don't even really want to think about anyone touching the 2008 and 99 Man United teams, because we did something which is just in the Premier League era is unprecedented. Nobody else has done it. So I don't care about, we got more points here. You had 5 more draws than we had in this season, or we were unbeaten at home for 3 years as well as with the Premier League title twice. I'm
my trophy's gold. Is your trophy gold?
The gold trophy, all that sort of nonsense. I don't care about that.
But and again, it's like the invincible season was an incredible achievement, but stacked up against the barometer of that treble-winning Manchester United team, it's not relevant. So it's not relevant in comparison. It's a great achievement, but not in comparison to the treble.
There's a comment here though from Olu that says, "Sorry, did the fact that taking a team to an unbeaten league not count? It's harder to do than win a knockout competition."
See, I think it does. I think that does count. I think,
For me, though, where I disagree is that we all talk about winning is everything. Now, I know, but you only win 1 trophy still, and to win 2 trophies is even harder. You're balancing 2 things up, and you look at Arsenal. Did they sacrifice a certain league? Could they have done it? It's a bit like with Man United this year, where we could have an advantage if we get into a title race. Is the fact that we're in the Europa League, and if we're sort of 8, 9, 10 points clear in the top 4. We ain't taking the Europa League seriously. So you can put two things in one thing. Liverpool have done it for years now, where they've just thrown the League Cup and the FA Cup aside so they can throw all their eggs into 2 baskets. Spreading yourself thin across 2 or 3, or in some cases 4 competitions like City have tried to do, is a much harder thing. If City haven't bothered in any other competition and just focused purely in the league, they could have broken their 100-point record, but they didn't. They tried to win multiples, and doing a domestic treble, for me, is a better achievement than winning 1 trophy and going unbeaten all season in the Premier League.
And also, it's the fact that is this. I can still win the league even if I lose. There's no rule that says you can't win the league if you lose a game. So yes, being unbeaten is an amazing achievement, but that does not it doesn't change anything. You only still win the league. You know what I mean? It's not like you win the league and also you get the Carabao Cup because you were undefeated. No, you won the league. No,
yeah, go ahead.
We almost won the 2003 season, the one that you guys won by 4 points. That 4 points, we could have had.
We chased you down, boy. We chased you down.
We could have had 3 titles in a row.
You could have. That's the main word. Could have.
It's like you guys could have had 5 in a row. If it wasn't for Blackburn, you could have had 5 in a row.
But we don't talk about that though.
But Gal, on a level, though, bro, my auntie, right? If she had a cock, she'd be my uncle, mate. Do you know what I mean? But she don't, so she ain't.
I'm getting to a point. I would rather have those 4 points in the season before and win 3 titles in a row than have the invincible season.
Yeah, you're right. Which is why, and that's why I don't put it on the same greatness level. I know for a fact every Arsenal fan, in their truest heart of hearts, Claude always used to admit this. I know in their heart of hearts, if somebody said right now, like Harry Potter turns up with his wand, the Spelliarmus and all that nonsense, and says, "Listen, we can take away the gold trophy, but give you a Champions League and Premier League that season," I would say 95% of Arsenal fans would say, "Yes, let's do it." I really do, because they want because they know it grates Arsenal fans, because it would do 2 things. One, it grates on you that Chelsea were the first London club to win a Champions League, and there's always that fear, because until you win it, it's always possible that Tottenham could win it before you. And if that happens,
it almost did.
Arsenal fans were flapping. Like, I've never seen Arsenal fans flap before that Champions League final. Literally, I saw all these pretend scousers walking around London. They were like, oh, we can't let this happen. They were so, you all were, you know you were, Gal. You were so really, you were in that whole game, bro.
Tottenham got the Arsenal juice. Let's be honest, right? They made that penalty in the first couple of minutes. That was Arsenal juice on Tottenham. There was no way they were going to allow. And they made the referee give that penalty because that were the penalty. Let's be honest, it was soft.
Can I say one thing though? Let's not. As much as we banter and everything, let's not disrespect the accomplishment. It is an accomplishment, and that's what all it is. Yeah. It's not a trophy. So we know that. Let's just leave it as it is. It is a Premier League accomplishment, and until it gets overtaken, it's still in the record.
The comment that Terry read out, I think he was trying to support the Wenger being a legend as opposed to it being.
And do you know what it is? It isn't a legend is a legend. Again, all I've said about great managers, and it's my barometer. I don't make football barometers. If people want to consider Wenger great, that's on them. I just have a certain criteria to get into it, and it wasn't created to keep Wenger out. It just is what it is. And until you do back-to-back league titles, and I'm talking about managers that dine at the elite table. So whenever I talk about world class, I don't chatting about some championship player. When I talk about, I'm talking about the elite end of the game. Do you get what I mean? Like if I say a Premier League, like Danny Ceballos, like, he's rubbish. Yeah, I mean, he's a lot better than championship players. I'm just comparing him to other elite level players rather than the whole football spectrum. Because compared to a 15-year-old Sunday League player, he's pretty bloody good. But I'm not talking about that. To the panel, what is your favorite chant? Please sing it. Listen, that's a $4.99 super chat. We respect you, bro, but I don't think you're going to get 7 singing on the internet.
I'm not going to sing it, but my
20 times.
I like that one, and we have to sing it as long as we can because we never know. But I like the Tony Marshall.
Oh yeah, 50 million down the drain, bro.
For me, 49, undefeated.
Okay, I like that. See, my favorite one is only sung at Christmas, and it's the best one when I was at games. Yeah. Was the 12 days of Cantona.
Five Cantona.
Spirit in the sky. Spirit in the sky. And it's like when they're singing, they're gonna go on the piss with George Best.
I mean, but Man United, to be fair, the array of football songs they have is just unbelievable. Like Pete Boyle was a legend at that. He made so many of them up. But also, like the Eric Cantona song, "You Drink a Drink a Drink" to Eric the Kick. That's a great song as well. If you've ever been in any of the pubs around Old Trafford before a game, and you get like 1,000 guys, all with and women with their drinks in the air, they do this bit where you go, like you make a long noise, long note for maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, and each time you get to that note in the song, it gets louder, and sometimes that song in the pub can go on for like 45 minutes. And that's the one thing I always say about match day culture. If you don't watching at home, and I've done it for the last 4 or 5 years since I had my first son, 6 years actually. Like I stopped going to games because of him, but I miss match day culture. The 3 or 4 hours before the game were always more entertaining than the game because it was about being with your friends and being with like-minded people. I miss it so much.
You know what's an underrated United song? There's Zlatan, Swedish Hero song. He is a Swedish hero. That one, beautiful.
There's lots. There's always been so many good. I mean, the Harry Maguire song's pretty good as well. Like I quite like Harry Maguire's, but it's just some people get one straight away because it's easy. Some people's names are easy to write songs about, and then other people's
just the worst one I've ever heard is Ollie at the Wheel.
Oh, you loved it.
No. I loved it at the time.
You're wrong.
I loved it at the time, but the judge that he brought, I have to hate it, man.
You're wrong, KJ. It's the David Moyes song. That's the worst song.
Wow. Yeah, we got more.
That's the worst song.
Someone David Moyes.
He wrote a song about that guy for no reason. No reason.
The songs that annoyed me the most, and I don't even know, it was probably because of a guy. So there's a guy that used to get the train with us. He was from Manchester, but he lived in London. And we used to get the train up to the games, part of the London Supporters Club. And he was a nice bloke, but you've all got a mate like that. You've all got a friend who can he's got like one note in his head, but he thinks he can sing like Mariah Carey, right? And he's always, if there's karaoke, he jumps in and you can tell he can sing. And Adnan Januzaj probably had about 12 songs in the space of like 3 games that he played, and it was weird. And there was one that was to the David Bowie song, Starman. And I think the song was like Starman on the left-hand side. He plays for Man United, and his name is Januzaj. But this guy used to sing it loudly, and it would make my kidneys used to nearly get sucked out of my ass with cringe, because he used to sing it like he's Mariah Carey. He'd be, I'm even going to do what he did. This is how bad it was, right? He'd be like, there's a star man on the left side. He plays for Man United, and his name is Januzaj. And we'd all look at him, and he would do it proper. And he was a bit like a gal thinking he could sing the other day on his stream. It's like, he can't sing. And it was like, oh, what is he doing? But he would, and every song he would put all his might into it, and I'd just be like, get away! Like, I know you let people vibe and do their thing. Not when you're going into the enemy's territory, right? So when you go to away games, people like him were dangerous, because this is what armchair fans, and I'm now an armchair fan, don't understand. When you go away to games, it's actually dangerous. Even home games are dangerous. These are not like, there's like proper blokes out there that want to like trample on your head. And this guy used to attract attention all the time. And we were in this toilet once. So we were away at Chelsea.
Why are you in the toilet?
What?
No,
take a piss in there, bro. Why are you in the toilet?
And a piss, bro. Like, we're in the toilet.
Buy a burger.
I had a bag on my back, right? And I knew, and he come up to me, right? And I knew I just died. We were in the Chelsea pub. Because we were from London, we could get away with it. We told him 2 things. Don't talk, because you got a thick Salford accent. Do not talk, bro. Like, you'll get us killed, right? And don't ask anything stupid. And we're in this toilet. And he literally said something along the lines of, Terry, when we get into the away end, have they got a cloakroom for me to put my bag? I didn't have a bag. He had a bag. I got it wrong. And I just took to him, and people looked at me, and I just went, I'm going to have to act like a Chelsea fan now. I was like, who the fuck are you talking to, mate? Who are you? Yeah. I had to do that, because I was like, I ain't getting my head in the 3 blokes in the toilet like Phil Mitchell, Big Brothers. And I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't doing this. Like, proper football is seriously dangerous. And I think that's why on socials you kind of have this thing of match day fans find certain things that social media fans do that's embarrassing. But it's because you're wired to go to games. And like some Man United I remember when I started going away games, I'm still living in Manchester, and I remember a few lads were saying to me, when you go to away games, it's dark colors only, you blend in, don't wear anything that makes you stand out. Guy turned up for his first game, same as my first away game. Man had brand new bright white trainers on. They sent him away. They said, no, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb. Go change your trainers up, or you're not coming with us. It's like dark, because you just got to be able to blend in. Otherwise you get seen and you get hurt. And different world. But yeah, that guy, Starman on the left-hand side, that song, it still makes me cringe now thinking about it. We had a super chat here. Liverpool Klopp 2-year attack on broke Pep Guardiola Man City. Okay. I would love to see a Liverpool Man United battle for 3, maybe more years. Revenue will go.
Right.
Okay, here what you're saying.
Who's going to slip this time?
I would love it.
Who's going to slip?
No, I wonder who's going to slip up this time.
Do you know what? It don't
But
matter.
the reality is, Liverpool. Let's make it clear. Let's make it real clear. Liverpool are the favorites. Liverpool are one. They're the champions. That's the first thing.
Yeah,
they're champions. They've been up there for the last couple of years. At the top of the table. They won the Champions League a year before. Wait. Liverpool are still above us in the league. Like, we are not level with them. We're not above. They are above us in the league. The next game we play, or the first game we play against them, is at Anfield, where they haven't lost in X amount of time. So for us to go to Anfield and be able to go level or close the gap on them is already against us. So look at it. Liverpool are favourites. So the only thing that can slip up. The only thing that can slip up in this title race is Liverpool, because it's not us. It's not us.
What I'm going to also throw on top of that, Zane, I'm going to put a cherry on top of the icing. Man United may be able to put themselves into a title race, but Liverpool are still the favourites to win it. Man United are legitimate underdogs. So if we go into the title race and you win it, it's still no embarrassment for us. It's on you to do. That's what I love, because Liverpool don't like being on top. Liverpool like being the little underdog. Oh, I didn't know. It's not on us, mate. No. cannot say that.
It's true.
Let me have
It's
my
true,
point
though.
there, right?
It's true,
I know
though.
the game.
It's
I know the
true.
guys. I know the game you guys are trying to play. I get this, right?
What game? It's facts,
No,
bro.
we're not playing a game.
It's
Hold
facts.
on.
We're not playing a game.
Talking about 10 minutes ago.
No, sorry,
how hard
Zane.
it is to do back-to-back.
Sorry.
If you're not
Listen,
talking about
Liverpool
how hard
fans,
it is to
no,
do
Liverpool
back-to-back.
fans are sick.
If we're not talking
Liverpool
about
fans are sick. No, Liverpool fans are sick because when Man City won the league, after you won the Champions and you won the Champions League, and people were like, I made Liverpool favourites. You're like, no, it's Man City. They're the champions. We're not. You don't never want to own it. You did the same thing.
No.
And Jose, no, it's not Jose. Wenger called you lot out back in 2014 when he said nobody wants to own this title race. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. Nobody wanted to own it. And he's like, because they're scared of failure. That's why Mourinho then called him a specialist in failure. And then you went and failed. Gerrard slipped and you lot have been burnt ever since. Rafa's ran and you lot have been burnt ever since.
Let me say something, right? We talked about how hard it is to do back-to-back, and I want a legacy, right? So I want to be that generation, that team that does back-to-back, because we all talked about how hard it is, right? Not many teams do it, right? So I get where you are now, but you got to understand at the moment where we are at the moment, where it's like, I like Man City who were crying about one defender last season, right? And that broke up their season. We can't do nothing, right? We've had, and Terry's admitted it earlier on as well, that, we've had quite a few significant injuries to significant players. And hold on. Despite that, somehow everyone around us keeps messing up, bro, and we're still at the top. Because
What do you mean somehow? You're the best team in the league, bro.
Yeah, you're the best team in the league.
I'm happy for us to be considered favourites if every single Liverpool fan on social media tweets out at the same time, Man United are a bigger football club and a better football team than us. Then I'll own it.
Yep.
All right. So what I'm going to say to you, right, is I like other fans. I respect what you guys have done, right? You've got history in addition. That's why I call you an elite club like us, right? Elite. Rest of them, get out of there. Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, move. You're not in this conversation.
Do you know what Liverpool fans are going to do, right? Let's just say.
No,
listen to this, right? Say you inexplicably lose to Newcastle tomorrow.
You might do, I'm not sure. I'm telling you now.
You do. And Man United beat Villa and we went top by a point. This is how desperate Liverpool fans are not to be favourites. They would instantly say, that's it now. Yours to throw away. 1 point ahead. Yours to throw away. They would say straight away because they don't like the gauntlet. They don't like it. This is the first season that you've truly had the gauntlet. And you're...
I mean, Terry, the maths would suggest if that did happen and we still had a game in hand, by the way, 1 point clear. Exactly. It is ours to throw away.
They're better than us, and they're
better team than we are.
Even if Man United win the league this year, I will say would have been the best team this season, but I still think Liverpool are a better team than us.
Yeah. No. If we win the league, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. But going into next season, we have to. You're the champion. Yeah. You have to be favourite. You have to be.
Yeah, we will though, because we've got big balls, brother. We got big owners, bro.
We're not scared. We're not scared.
I'll say this,
right? It's difficult at the top, right? Like the pressure. You got to understand when you're at the top and everyone's gunning for you, right? It's a different kind of pressure.
We're not really funny about this. We're not really funny about this. A gal sitting there not knowing what we're talking about.
The level.
Oi, Yassine, how can you say that when all I hear from Liverpool fans is, you see Klopp, mentality monsters. He's made mentality monsters. Anyone can come at us, and we will beat.
I keep it real.
That's
why I'm on the show. I'm real. Do you get me?
But I also want to say, I also think it's funny that Zane is like crapping on like Chelsea as like not being an elite club when I'm pretty sure last time I checked, Chelsea has more Premier League titles than Liverpool and just as many Champions League won in the last few years.
You need to have multiple Champions League.
So Liverpool have how many Champions Leagues?
Right. Let me break this down to you, Brian. Right, the Premier League. Right?
Listen, man. If you're talking about elite, bruv, forget all of this Premier League, whatever, blah blah. Let's come correct, bruv. Yeah, how many titles have you got? How many European Cups have you got? You want to start breaking it down and being technical to get the edge?
Different name.
No, you don't deserve to be in the conversation, bruv. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, go true details, bruv. Yeah, you man have 19 titles. We have 20
You have
titles.
20.
How many
Exactly.
titles does the other
Exactly.
team have? All right, European Cups, bro. Yeah, Liverpool, they got double the
6.
amount we got. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fine, bro. Yeah,
No,
but we're
and
coming
look,
for you. Don't worry, we're
no,
coming.
exactly. But what
Yeah.
you guys don't understand, right? With the Premiership, right? There's 6 decent teams, right? And then the rest, right? Let's be honest, right? The competition wise, right? You have 6 decent teams, and really on paper, the other 14 you should be beating on paper or on the quality of your your squad. And
Do you include Arsenal in that top 6? Because we've recently changed on here.
No. Trust me. Leicester our top 6.
Our top 6 is Leicester. Arsenal are at +1 now. Arsenal have been demoted to +1.
Yeah, no, and I get that, right? So what I'm trying to explain to Brian as well, right? Especially, I think people from other countries, they don't get it, right? In the Premier League.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get it. Okay.
Let me finish.
All right.
Right.
Okay. I don't get it. Okay.
Well, let me say it, right. So 6 decent teams in the league, right? And then the rest, you really should be beating them, right? When you come to the Champions League, right? If you play group stage, you'll have 2 decent teams, right? And you have 2 average or crap teams, right? Once you get past that into the knockout stages, every team that's in the knockout stages in that competition is decent. They're of a level. There's no easy games in after that, right? Because they've the thing, right? And that's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. The quality, the reason why the Champions League is so hard to win is the levels of competition through the whole thing. You get 2 easy ones in the qualifying, 2 easy teams in the qualifying stage. In the Premier League, potentially you've got 14 teams that you play twice that you should really be beat on paper. The top 6, excluding Arsenal, let's get that right. You're one of them now in the 14 now, right? But anyway, that's what you need to understand.
The only thing I don't get, Zane, is why them living in America and being
like
what are you saying? That's rocket science?
Hold on. Let me respond to you. The majority of Liverpool's history happened before you were born. So I don't want to hear anything. You coming at me. The majority.
I'm 44.
You don't even have before you were born.
Oh yeah, you know what? No. He's a true. If he has been supporting for all his life, he's seen that.
I've seen it all, bro.
Yeah, he's seen. Yeah.
I'm going to explain something.
You're doing a lot of explaining. Let me
He's seen it, bro. He's seen it. Zane, can I ask you a question? You know, in 1989 or 1990 when Arsenal won. Yeah, all right. So you know what I'm he's correct. Yeah, he's been there. Yeah, I was just testing him. Yeah, I was just testing him.
Zane, what did you say? Zane, what was it that you said that was rocket science? You're basically saying it's harder to win the Champions League because you're facing the best teams in the world. When Liverpool won 4 of their Champions Leagues, how much people were actually in that competition when it was back then? Because for those Champions League, it was not the same system as it is now. There was less teams, less competition. It was possibly easier to win than the league.
I wouldn't say easier, man.
There was no group stage.
We could debate this all day. I've got to end the stream now. It's been an hour and a half. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you all. I think Zane's a good addition. Sorry, I know Ram turned up, but you know when you ain't got your camera on, bro, I don't notice you sitting there with
man like 2 back here, yeah, man, in the corner saying
in the house. Just quickly, how clutch are Bruno and Rashford, Ram?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And are you, as a Liverpool fan, are you starting to get a little bit scared of Man United yet?
No, not really.
You better be, bruv. We're coming for you. I'm telling you, better be.
I only focus on my team rather than other teams.
Look over your shoulders. Listen, Liverpool fans.
I want to hear it. Wait, right. I want to hear it, Alfie. I want to hear it from Ram's mouth because Zane was giving it smoke earlier and then backtracked saying, "Oh, but this and that in the third." Relax, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Ram, you guys are favourites for the title, aren't you? Even if we go above you.
Of course. Like we got the most well-rounded team. Like starting 11, we should be favourites.
That's
it. And you got the best manager in the world.
Best goalkeeper in the world, best centre-back, best forward.
Everyone who's tuned in, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. We've just passed 181,000 subscribers on the Football Terrace as well. Make sure you will go and sign up to our Discord server and sign up to the Football Terrace Clips account. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And